let's go to page 252, and this is lesson 21.5. So this is talking about some spatial functions. So first, let's talk about absolute values. So the absolute value function, so absolute value means the distance of two numbers. And you always want to make it positive. For example, absolute value of -4, this will equal to 4. Okay, so whatever inside, you're going to make it positive. And if it's a positive number, and then it would stay the same. Okay, so you can see that if the inside is positive, it will stay the same. If the inside is negative, you make them opposite. Okay, so let's go over an example of how to solve the absolute value problem. So on page 253, if your absolute value of x squared minus 3x is equal to 4, okay, so you're going to depend on if inside is positive or negative, right? So if inside is positive, then you're going to have x squared minus 3x equal to 4, like this case over here. If the inside is positive, the right hand side will stay the same, okay? Or if the inside is negative, okay, like this over here, then you have to then it will become opposite. So if this inside is negative, then it will become opposite, so equal to -4. Okay, so again, inside is 4, or outside equal to -4, for example. Okay, so now you can go and solve. After that, okay, you can use whatever method you solve, and you can use factoring or whatever. So x squared minus 3x minus 4 equal to 0, and you can do the factoring. So -4 plus 1. So x equal to 4, x equal to -1. Okay, and you can check, right? You can put this back in here and check. See, so if x equal to 4, you're going to get 16 minus 12 equal to 4. Absolute value of 4 equal to 4, right? And if you put -1, so -1 squared is 1. 1 minus 3 times -1, so it'll be 1 plus 3, give you 4. So that's that. Now this one, if you move these things over, so this is not factorable, so you have to use quadratic formula, and so you're going to end up x equal to 3 plus or minus square root of 7i over 2. So use your quadratic formula and you get that. Okay. And since we deal only with absolute value, I deal with the real numbers. So this is imaginary number. Okay, so if it is a real number, then only this would be acceptable. If it is all the solution, okay, then all this would be acceptable. So you have to make sure that you read the problem carefully. Again, if it is all solutions, then you got 4 answers. If it says find the real solution, then you only got 2 answers. Okay. And also, how do you know to use or and? Okay. See, what happens is if you have like this or like this, okay, if it's pointing toward the absolute value, if the arrow is pointing toward the absolute value, so this would be and. Everything else is or. So if it's like pointing away, okay, or equal, again, if it's not all this would be or. So easy to remember is if the error or the inequality is pointing toward the absolute value, is and. Everything else is or.